Hey, how are you? It's Alan here from You'reNotBroken.org, and I want to talk about making it easy on yourself. When you have kids, the fact is that things are more difficult, take more time. Everything takes more time. Getting out in the morning takes more time. Doing whatever you want to do takes more time, and you're later doing everything. And there's just a lot more work, especially with small kids, especially with babies. A lot more work. So what I want to talk about is making it easy on yourself, making this work easy on yourself. So there's 5 things that I want to talk about to make this easy on yourself. First, do the things that you want to do. Do the things that you want to do. So important. Play the games you enjoy. Go to places that you want to go to. Kids don't know what they like. A kid is born, it doesn't know what it likes. Basically likes what its dad likes. They want you to show them. They want you to show them what's exciting, what's fun, what's great about this planet that it's found itself on. If they see you playing football, they want to play football. They want to do what you're doing. If they see you making tea, they want to get up and they want to help you make the tea. Don't scald them, but you can let them help you make tea. If they see you kicking the ball, they want to learn how to kick the ball. They want to do what you're doing. Let them win sometimes. You don't always have to win. These are the things that you enjoy doing anyway. And then when you're with them, you're doing things that you're enjoying. It's not time it's time that you can look forward to and they can look forward to. That's going to make it a lot easier on you. Now, the second thing is have as much fun as possible. Look at your kids. Look at your kids. Your kids are amazing. And they understand how to have fun better than you do. If you can join them in that fun, everything's going to be easier for you. If you can get to that place where they are, everything's going to be easier for you. And a big part of that is what's called mindfulness. Now, I'm not going to go into mindfulness here. But what I am going to say is that if you can spend even 10 minutes a day, just let's say 10 minutes a day, with your child focusing just on them, 10 minutes per child, just focus just on them. Now, everybody's got 10 minutes a day. Now, you can do more. I'm not saying only do 10 minutes, but I'm saying do at least 10 minutes every single day. There's your time with you and them. That you're just lying down on the floor, doing what they're doing. Whatever it is, I don't care. Playing with a car, playing with a toy, playing with soldiers, playing with superheroes, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Playing football can be something that you like doing, but I would get into moments with them, whatever the hell they're doing. Now, during this time, you don't look at your phone. You don't think about what you have to do in work. We all have stuff to do in work. It's on our mind all the time. This time, it's not on your mind. You're just focusing on what you're doing with them. As I said, you're not looking at your phone. You're not even thinking about how hot your wife looks right now. You focus only on them, on what they're doing, their world. So what are they doing? Play their game. Talk to them. And look, when you talk to them, look them directly in the eye. It's just they're your world right now. For this time. You can go back to work. You can go back to talk to your wife. You can go back to everything else. But for this time, whatever time you set aside, is just them. Number 3, and this is important, deal with the tantrums in your house, in your own space. Listen to Stefan Molyneux. He says his kids don't have tantrums. That's great for Stefan Molyneux, who can spend all his time with his daughter, who is one daughter, spend all his time with her. And I'm sure he's a great dad. I'm not saying he's not. But most people don't have that life. They just don't. And if you can focus on, a grand majority of your time on your kids, they're not going to have tantrums, of course. But most people just can't do that. Most people do 10 minutes a day. I'm suggesting it's difficult. So there's going to be tantrums. And tantrums are just frustration, just being fed up. We all feel like that sometimes. And kids can't express it, so it's just expressing a tantrum. Adults have tantrums. I've seen plenty of adults having tantrums. But, somewhere, I don't know when it's going to happen, 18 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or whatever. It could be 5 years, it could be 6, 7 years, doesn't really matter. Your kids are going to have tantrums at some stage. And maybe they won't, and if they don't, great. But a lot of them are going to. Best way to deal with this is by taking attention away. Now, this is assuming that you are giving your kids attention every single day. which they crave and they need. It's as important as food, more important than food. So, something that you're giving them attention every day, taking that attention away is going to be a big problem for them. So, simple as just a kid is having a tantrum. Maybe they're hurting another kid, they're hurting themselves, whatever. They're they're in an area where they could hurt themselves. You're just going to lift them up and bring them up to the room, somewhere where they can throw things around if they want to, and they're not going to hurt anybody or themselves. And they get zero attention during that time while they're having a tantrum. And you say, listen, I'm here. I'm ready to talk when you're ready to talk, but you do what you need to do first. Let them have the tantrum. They might have a tantrum for 2 or 3 minutes. I've never seen. It depends on the situation, but I've never seen it happen more than 2 or 3 minutes. I guess if they've been having a tantrum for a long time and if you get attention for tantrums, it can go on a lot longer. So that's going to be battle of wills. But you've set that up by giving them a 10. Most people would ignore their kids, completely ignore their kids, until the kid's having a tantrum, then they give them all their attention. So you're only teaching your kids one thing to be doing that. And it's not conscious. It's not conscious. They're not trying to do this. But it's just when the kid is having a tantrum is when they have to, you can't ignore the kid anymore. So you start giving them attention. That's only teaching the kid one thing. So if you take your attention away, you just bring them upstairs, lift them up, bring them upstairs. I just sit at the door. They can't get out the door. I'm there, so they know they're safe. They're not scared in their own room. I just take out my phone, Clash of Clans. A game of Clash of Clans. And we'll let them have the tantrum. Say, listen, I'm here for you. You just tell me when you're ready and we'll talk. Okay? And they have the tantrum. Sometimes, my kids are used to it now, so as soon as I bring them up, they're like, Dad, I'm ready to talk. Let's have a chat. So just have a chat straight away. They don't even have the tantrum. But first time, going to bring them up, they're going to have the tantrum. Sooner or later, they're going to stop the tantrum. They're going to say, listen, okay, let's have a chat. Listen, you can't do that. You were downstairs. Now, you got to know what was going on. So you've got to be involved in their lives. You've got to know what's going on. So, you were downstairs. You have 5 toys. You have 5 superheroes. Your brother has 3. You have to give him one. You can't have a tantrum over that. Do you understand? Your kids are clever. They understand. Do you understand? But they want to see if they can scream and helps. As soon as they realize screaming doesn't help, you're surprised how quickly they are. It could be, well, you've got 5 minutes in the iPad each, or 10 minutes in the iPad each, wherever it happens to be, and your time is up. You've got to just give it over. Well, a peaceful transition of power. So you pass the iPad on, and so it's when you're teaching your kids, it's not a simple path. It's like when you're driving a plane. The plane is never pointing towards the airport it's going to until about 5 minutes before it lands. The pilot constantly adjusts the direction of the plane. So there's constant adjustments, and sometimes there's just crosswinds or whatever, and you have to take a slightly different route because another plane's path or something like that. But you still land the plane because you're constantly adjusting. It's exactly the same with kids. It's constant adjustments. It's not, it's not just be good and here's the 3 rules and everything works out after that. It's constant little tiny adjustments. So you just tell them what you did, what the correct thing to do is, and understand them as well, because it's not about you winning and them losing. It's really not about you winning and them losing. It's really just about the tantrum isn't the way to communicate with me, but I'm here for you. I'll listen to you anytime. I'll get down on my knees. I'll be your height. I'll look in your eyes. I'll listen to every word you say. Like, I'm here for you. But the tantrum isn't the right communication method. Just talk to me and I will listen. If you're not listening to them, they're probably right to be having the tantrums. So the big point of this is you don't want to be the parent in the middle of Tesco or the middle of McDonald's dragging your kid outside because he's screaming and kicking you and screaming his head off. And if you are, that wasn't created in that day. That was created before that day. So there's not much you can do at that stage. You just have to drag them out of McDonald's. But just put the work in before and you'll never have to deal with that. Okay, number 4, go to places that you enjoy. Your small kids, now I'm talking about small kids. Small kids don't know what they like. Don't know what they like. They just come into this world a year or two ago, or 3 years or 4 years, whatever. But they don't know what they like. So show them. Show them what they're gonna like. But do the things that you enjoy. Do the things that you enjoy. Whatever it is. Enjoy golfing, acting, shopping, hill walking, whatever you enjoy doing. I don't know, football. I don't know what you enjoy doing. Assuming it's not driving motorbikes, obviously you can't get them to do that. But there must be something, climbing trees, something that's not hugely dangerous that you enjoy doing that they can do with you. Show them. What makes your life beautiful, exciting to live? What do you love about this world? Is there anything you love about this world? I don't know. That's until you get to about 9 or 10. 9 or 10, they know what they like. So they can show you. So you tell them, you show me what you want to do. Like frisbee, football, you show me. But when they're smaller, they'll enjoy doing whatever the hell you're doing. I can do the most mundane tasks, like filling the wash machine full of clothes. My kids will come over, they'll do it with me. They love doing it with me because they like being with me. They like spending time with me. It's not about the task. And they like, the praise when they do a good job. They like opening the curtains. They like, making their own bed. But it's not about the mundane task as such. So show them. Show them. And the last thing, number 5, is consciously do things different than your parents. Consciously. Problem is, most people unconsciously do things exactly the same as their parents, even if they hated what their parents did. They might have hated what their parents did to their kids, but they'll unconsciously just do exactly the same thing. So I'm saying consciously think about this. What did your parents do? Were your parents shouting all the time? Were they fighting with each other? Were they hitters? Consciously don't do what your parents did. Now make a conscious change. Unless your parents are perfect, but let's face it, no parents are perfect. I'm not perfect. I would like my kids, and although I've very consciously tried to improve what I've done, but I'd like my kids to look at the way they've been brought up and constantly try to improve that, because it's constant improvement, isn't it? It doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter how good or bad you are. It's constant improvement. That's the whole point. Evolution. Moving the right. So constantly do things different than what your parents did. Improve what your parents did. Consciously think about the way you were brought up. And how can you improve that? And you might want to do this every year, every couple of years. What are you doing? What are you doing right? What are you doing wrong? That's the agile process. So that you can be constantly improving as you go along. So you hated your mother screaming at you, don't scream at your kids. You hated being told, there's starving children in Africa, you should eat that dinner. Starving children in Africa. If you didn't find that the most fun thing in the world, then you don't do it. So consciously improve what your parents did to you. It's been Alan here from You'reNotBroken.org. Take a look at our website, You'reNotBroken.org. Some great downloads there. And also, if you support us on Patreon, I'd really appreciate it. It is patreon.com/You'reNotBroken. All the links from the low bar.